Soon it will be a new season of anime, and everyone is scrambling to figure out what they want to watch. At least that's what I typically do. With so many series coming out, it can be difficult to determine what you may want to watch, so I figured I would give some recommendations on what I think might be peak and what won't be peak. But enough said, let's start talking about the new series coming out in early April. Also, if there is an anime that I failed to mention that you are interested in, let me know in the comments. I would love to have some more recommendations than just what I see on my side. Of course, there will be new IPs that come out, as well as sequels, but I'm going to discuss the new series first, because if you're going to watch a sequel, you've likely been keeping up with the series already. Without further ado, let's see what the anime gods are blessing us with this season. Witch Hat Attelier is finally being adapted after being published for 10 years, and I couldn't be more excited. One thing to possibly worry about is the studio Bug Films, who low-key fumbled Zom 100 with release schedule issues, but the animation quality was very good, so I have high hopes. The series will also be directed by Ayumu Watanabe, who worked on Summertime Rendering, Komi-san, and many other series. Witch Hat Attelier follows Coco, who is fascinated by the idea of magic. Magic is a very hush-hush subject, as there are witches who have to hide their methods. The magic in the series is very creative, and though I have only read up to volume 5, I'm hoping that I can grab some more of the volumes and continue reading. So if a classic fantasy story with creative ideas suits your fancy, then this series is a must-watch for the upcoming season. Next up is Daemons of Shadow Realm. So the word daemon caught my attention because it reminded me of Tales of Berseria, which was the first JRPG I beat. But these daemons are completely different. Coming from the same author as Full Metal Alchemist, I have to put this on my watch list. I have not read the series, but it seems like it will be a fun ride with creative ideas. There exist duos known as daemons, which only a few are allowed to command. A brother and sister are split up and they're trying to find their way back to each other. The plot sounds relatively interesting, and I'm going to give this a watch, mainly because it's by the same creator of Full Metal Alchemist. This one looks like it will be fun. Marriage Toxin is about an assassin wanting to protect his sibling by getting married to his assassination target. This series will be done by Studio Bones, and I have also not read the manga, but I have heard good things. I'm sure this series will be full of interesting situations and maybe some light romance where an unlikely couple forms, which is always a favorite series for me. The staff also has some notable names, so I'm hoping that this one is a sleeper hit. Another death game is just what the doctor ordered. This series is going to be an adaptation of a pretty highly rated manga that ended in 2015. And with death games, there's just something about them. I always watch them. Maybe it's because of the psychological games that are played or the crazy situations the characters are put into. But they're always so fun. Well, except for Future Diaries. That one was just a little crazy. Studio Madhouse will be taking the reins on this one, and that adds to the excitement. I'm hoping for a fun series with a bunch of suspense, drama, and crazy situations. Love Live is finally back with a new animated movie after all I've seen on Twitter is fans begging for some sort of content. This one will be CG animated, but the trailer looks good, and whenever Love Live releases content, I typically watch it. This is also a good chance because this movie is based on a group that is only shown off in Japan. So maybe they'll get more eyes from the overseas crowd. This one is a bit of a bonus because I feel like not many people will watch this, but I wanted to bring it up just in case, you know? Alright, so there are a few series that I'm kinda just meh on, but I may give an episode to see if it suits my fancy. Mistress Kanan is devilishly easy, looks like it'll just be a little fun series, with some romantic aspects. Every season has a series like this where the series will be a wacky concept, but just be a fun watch to pass the time. Studio Kai is doing this one, so I have to support the studio that made season 2 of Uma Musume. This is a might watch. Needy Girl Overdose, or Needy Streamer Overload, is a popular video game that kinda made a splash in the visual novel sphere due to its interesting concept. Unfortunately, I have not played it, but maybe I'll get into it from its anime adaptation. It's about trying to get a girl who needs constant validation to the top of the streaming world, and there's a few interesting ways to do that. All I know is that this will be an interesting adaptation, and I'm eager to see what Yoastar does with this. It seems like they have some experience though with Blue Archive and Azure Lane, so that makes me think they know what they're doing. Akane Banashi is a series that I have seen a lot on the Shonen Jump homepage when I go to read other series, but I have never read it. This has piqued my interest though, so I'm going to give this one a shot. It is about the art of rakugo, which is a traditional form of storytelling. This is a foreign concept to most, so I believe it could make a very interesting series. The manga also has pretty high ratings, which is also enticing me to watch. Let's see if Studio Zex can do this. And I love the studio name, by the way. Gals Can't Be Kind to Otaku looks like one of those cheesy romance series that I just love watching. Some popular girls seem like they're going to fall for the nerdy guy, which is just every guy's dream, right? These series can be considered peak by fans or the next Rent-a-Girlfriend. The manga has good ratings, so that leads me to believe that the story might have some great romantic high points. So this is a test the waters watch for me. It is also done by the same studio as Rent-a-Girlfriend, so I'm not sure if that is a bad omen or not. So like you just saw, there are a ton of original anime coming this season. But what about the sequels? Everyone enjoys when a series they enjoy continues going. So what do we have to enjoy? I know I will be keeping up with Classroom of the Elite. A new year is starting, and this arc is very good in my opinion. Of course, I have had much more fun reading the light novels, but the adaptation is not bad at all. ReZero is back, and though I'm not caught up, I think I'm going to binge the series to make sure I can enjoy the series. It is one of the most popular isekai, and apparently the arcs that I have missed have been great, so I'm excited to see what I've been missing out on. So Wistoria was a series that reminded me a bit of Mashal, where there's a guy who can't use magic and he's actually super powerful, blah blah blah. But it was actually a fun watch, and I can't wait to see more of Elfie and how this series continues. After being blessed with some good romance anime in the past seasons, The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten finally returns with some comfy good old romance. I'm not sure where this series will go, but season 1 was a fun watch, so I'm excited to pick this one back up. Some other popular series getting a sequel that I personally am not keeping up with are Dr. Stone, which is still very popular, but I feel like I see it in every seasonal chart. Another season of the Slime Isekai, which I tried to watch, but it just didn't catch my attention. I know it has a cult following though. And then we have Beginning of the End, which maybe, just maybe, it will do better than season 1. And last but not least, we have Rent-a-Girlfriend, which I mean, people really still watch this? Well, as you can see, this is an absolutely stacked season of anime. Like I said, let me know what you'll be watching this season and what you think I should take a look at. I would love some more recommendations. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more anime content. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you next time.